Welcome to a special edition of One Voice. Tonight we're doing a focus on what's going on in the world, and we have some really special guests tonight with me. We have Mudpig and Grey Wolf. He's got a big accomplishment today. So welcome, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
how you
how's
doing,
it
my
going?
pig?
Oh, pretty good.
So we'll have to let's see when some people get in here. We'll
Yeah,
see how many people come into the panel tonight.
yes, we will.
I'll have to have a little relief session here in a few minutes and be and back. But yeah, it's been an interesting day. I see a couple of people coming in here.
Yep,
So,
we had a few.
but we're sitting in the middle of Austin, actually not the middle, but at the end of Austin, Nevada, in the middle of Nevada. So had a pretty cool interview yesterday there, Mudpig. We had Wendy Bell Radio. Have you heard of her?
No, I haven't.
She's kind of a female Rush Limbaugh. Has
That's interesting.
syndicated radio show out of Pittsburgh, I believe it is. So her and her sidekick Brock. So had a pretty good interview yesterday morning. Was that yesterday
So you
morning?
say,
Yeah,
so you say that's syndicated, so that's going out nationwide, or is it just a local syndication, or?
No, it goes out nationwide and on Rumble.
Nice.
So yeah, so she does 3 hour show every morning, I believe it is. Monday through Friday, 3 hour show. So she goes 9 to noon every morning, every weekday morning. So I was on her show about a month ago? About a month ago, and then again yesterday.
All right.
But
So
that
yeah,
was
you're
pretty-
getting the word out.
Yeah, I wish it was more. You know, it'd be nice if we could get on Patriot Street Fighter with McKay and or Steve Bannon in the War Room. You know, be able to get on the big guys for a blurb.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing I said back in the convoy days. It only takes one to break the ice, and then everyone else will be like, "Oh, they did an interview. Now we can do interviews." But no one wants to be the first, because they don't know what could happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know what we have learned, what we have endured in this exactly 1 month today.
Is
4
it?
weeks. Yeah.
So
4 weeks.
so that's
4 weeks today.
So there's a lot to celebrate today, You're 1 month out there, You got your
And
200 miles today.
got
Yeah.
my 200 miles on my bicentennial today. So I'm currently, what is it, 205.4 miles today or something?
Yes, something like that.
As of today, it's like 205.4 or 205.6.
Yep.
But
Was there any cartwheels or backflips or anything as you crossed the 200-mile mark? No celebration?
there's a the blog is up for today, I believe, and there was a good picture at the end. Whiskey Tango or Walker Tom. When I rounded the bend, I looked and he's sitting out there at that point at the petroglyphs with this huge American flag pole.
Nice.
And so when we walked up, Texas Girl got a good shot from behind the flag of me walking towards it with this huge flag. And so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like it.
yeah. So, yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we've got 200 miles are in the books.
There you go. What would that be? About 10% of the way there?
Oh, I wish.
I was just trying to do the math quick. 1% of the way there. Yeah.
1%.
1%. Just over
Yeah.
1% of the way. So we'll have to continue getting better. You know, problem I have is that I've got a tenderfoot.
Yeah.
And
That's what I was just about to ask you. How the feet holding up?
well, I got no blisters, but that first set of blisters that popped up, the cover skin, the dead skin, had peeled. And so all that skin underneath, which is probably the size of at least the size of a quarter, right in the metatarsal, right in the center, was all virgin skin without the callus.
Ah, the nice soft baby skin, as you would call it, Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
So the chat's asking before we get too far in there. They're asking where can they see that picture at again?
I think
I'm coming right now to MedPig's chat room to post the link.
she's posting the
All
link
right.
up right now in the chat. So
Sounds good.
do you have the direct link?
Just one.
Thanks. Here, Tom. Thanks, sir.
My chat's not working on this side, so I have to go back and forth from chat room to chat room.
Ah,
See, this is what I was experiencing the other day. Is that I didn't have a chat. I couldn't read the chat from the inside the restream, so I have to use my phone and go back and forth from the chat rooms.
that's
Oh,
interesting.
it's working. Yeah, it's working for me. That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's not working in the studio.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the
So
studio as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
he's on the other side.
Yeah.
well, it's not working on the main studio. Let's put it that way. It's just sitting here going, nothing here to talk about.
Huh.
Nothing going on. I guess
I'm still.
I guess I could get my power pack. Is that in your car still? I think it might be. Let me go get a power pack. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm still impressed that Restream can even aggregate all the YouTube chats in one place.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, and then if I was streaming, I don't know. My Restream bot's not even working because I don't have another channel to put on that does chat.
Yeah, and they're also saying that your feed is pixelating.
Huh.
Not sure. I don't even have mine up. Let me see. Yeah, mine looks alright.
Yeah, mine looks fine from over here.
Yeah.
Description.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing is I'm getting a little message that says the bit rate's low, but that's alright.
Yeah.
Oh, it's better now? Okay. Maybe it was just a little buffering thing or something.
Could have been. Let me log into One Voice.
Hey, while we're waiting, I have someone asking if my ride's going. Yeah, the truck's fixed. It was fixed Thursday afternoonish. Yeah, I was in the shop Wednesday and Thursday. It was fixed Thursday afternoon. I'll be back rolling, or technically I'm picking up tomorrow, but I'll be back rolling Monday morning. Yeah. Because it's just going to be a pickup and dash, pretty much. Or pickup and sleep, I guess. Not going nowhere tomorrow.
Nice. Get that little bit of a break.
Oh, I'm off every weekend, so I always get a break.
Oh, good.
It's just unusual for them to load on Sundays, but the plant's super busy right now, so they're loading Sundays as well. Yeah. And a down truck cost money. Yeah, that's why I didn't work Friday, actually. Put my fuel money into getting the DPF system on the truck fixed. So I have to wait till I get paid to fill her up and start rolling again. Yeah, if we want to get technical, it was a NOx outlet sensor. It don't sound like nothing major, but it was an $800 sensor. And the truck literally won't run without that sensor. Yep. Yeah, $1,300 repair bill by the time labor and everything was accounted for.
Charge going on this phone.
Yeah, and my DPF is mostly disabled, but those two sensors still have to work. The doser doesn't inject, and the SCR never regens, but the inlet and outlet sensors still have to read correctly on the NOx. Otherwise, it will throw a check engine code and will do a derate. But the stuff in between doesn't work. So it's the one part of the DPF system that can shut me down.
You need a long one?
Yeah.
It's
I got one. I got one. I just had one out. I don't know where it got put.
You need a long one? Oh. It's turn the audio down. There we go. Well, that works.
You should make a comment in the chat. So I can make sure you're modded up in there. So yeah. I wonder where Blinky is tonight.
Yeah. Not sure where Blinky is. Did he miss last week too? I can't remember.
No, he came in late.
Yeah, that's right. He was late. Yep. Maybe the Iowa 80's got his cell phone all jacked up again.
Yeah.
Oh, there's North Star. I was just...
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mama Wolf. Yeah, it was a rock and roll day today.
And yes, that's why I was just mentioning North Star. I did text Stan. You might want to nudge him, tell him to check his text, though. Because I know sometimes he don't get his text messages.
Thank you, Gypsy. Haven't seen you over in my chat lately there, Gypsy.
Sorry, guys. We're having difficulties reading the chat on our end, so we have to look at our phones to read the chats.
Holy crap. Yeah, I have someone in the chat saying they had to replace their water pump the other day. You had some issues with the Beechwood, too, we were talking about before the stream started.
Yeah, I have. Thank you, Karen. We started having, we had an exhaust leak popped in, and so we thought, well, okay, we'll. It was about 60 miles back before Austin that we started having an exhaust leak issue, and so we thought, well, we'll wait till Austin, and then we'll change the gaskets out. And Texas brought some parts, but turned out that it was the wrong parts. So then Ron and Jerry showed up, and they showed up with the material to make the gaskets manually. And we got here to Austin, but the last 10 miles, it was blah, 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 really missing that. So we thought, well,
Yeah.
we thought maybe we fouled some plugs from the exhaust leak, So Whiskey Tango and And Mr. T got up underneath there and changed out the exhaust manifold gaskets. And the plugs that Ron and Jerry brought were the wrong ones. Again, we were going off telling everybody it's a 1967 Beechwood 318. 1967 Dodge D300 with a 318, which is the chassis. And always coming up with the wrong parts. So anyway, they went back to Battle Mountain, changed, and because the spark plugs they brought were wrong, they exchanged them for the ones, because we pulled one and I said, okay, well, it's Autolite 124s. So they went back and exchanged everything and brought back new spark plugs, cap, rotor, condenser points, the whole bit. Got it all in there, fired it up, blah, 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 blah. It's like, what's going on? This isn't good. This is some serious problems here. So we were working on the theory at first, night before last, that maybe I burned up some valves. But then something just wasn't hitting me right. It wasn't a loud popping coming back through the carburetor. There wasn't a loud popping through the tailpipe. But had almost resigned to the fact that Beachy was going to have to go home and that I would have to have a different chase vehicle that we would have to work on. Then I woke up yesterday morning and thought, there was a slight rattle I heard. I'm wondering if I have a collapsed lifter maybe, or two. So yesterday afternoon, Mr. T and I popped the right-hand valve cover because I was able to pull the spark plug wire out for number 4 and it made no difference. I kind of stopped there at number 4.
So you knew you had a dead cylinder.
Knew I had a dead cylinder on number 4 at minimum. So we popped the right side valve cover and pulled, and I checked the rockers. Voila! Here's this push rod that looked like this. They're not supposed to look like J's. They're supposed to be straight.
Yeah.
So pulled it out. Mr. T. I'll go get it. Yeah. So got it pulled out. Yeah, that's kind of got a crook in its neck. And started looking a little bit further and found that number 8 was actually worse, and it's still in there. I can't get it out. So we got to take the intake manifold. So there's the push rod from number 4 intake. Got a little bit of it was bent over and I had to pry it out, so it actually split the tube and everything else. So
it's got a little kink in it, yeah.
Got a little kink in its neck there. So that's the push rod for intake number 4, and number 8's worse. So.
Well, yeah, if it's stuck, it's definitely worse. It's probably wedged in there.
Yeah, it's probably looking like an actual J hook or something. So the intake manifold's got to come off in order to get in there and look at that. So it's like, well, you know what? It's not a bad valve. We just got push rod issues. What caused the push rod issues? Well, we come up with the theory that since they happened at the same time and not too many miles back, that during the time that this has sat, even though I changed the oil in it before the trip, the bigger problem is the old oil from long ago had lacquered up in there and caused sticky valves in the valve seat, in the valve guides. That lacquery kind of oil in the valve guides. So that older lacquer, it's not oil anymore, it's lacquer, is like molasses, causing the valves to not return real fast like they're supposed to. So a little bit of an over rev, valve float, bye-bye push rods. So not a bad problem, just an inconvenient one.
Yeah, a little bit of a sticky engine. You gotta run it a little and get her loosened back up.
Yeah, you know, and I was telling Mr. T, one of the things I should have done is I should have put in a quart of Rizlone or something, or ATF, or hell, diesel fuel for all I care,
Yeah.
and try to cut that lacquer, and then just dump it a second time with new oil. So
We got someone in the chat here saying while you're at it, you need to check the valve faces and the cam shaft. They hope you don't wipe out the lubes on the cam.
yeah, we can't get that deep into it in the way that we're doing it right now.
Bam Bam says Marvel's Mystery Oil Time.
Marvel Mystery Oil is a good one, but yeah, I've always used Rizlone. But what we've got coming is we've got a gasket kit coming. Come to find out, it's not a 1967 chassis. It's a 1966 chassis. And the box that is installed on it, therefore the model year is 1967. Well, the engine in here is a polyspherical 318 made between 1956 and 1966. And in 1967, they went to the LA Series 318. That's why we were getting wrong parts. So, hey Lisa. So yeah,
Are you under a car? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so that's been the problem is that we've been going off the wrong year because they probably had this chassis sitting there for a year before they actually got the build done and the model year. So yeah, it's a 1967 Beechwood, but it's a 1966 D300 chassis. So now that we figured that out, I went out onto the internet last night and did some searching and found a Summit Racing has the push rods, and they also have the gasket kit with all the, a complete rebuild kit for $98.
Oh, that's not bad.
Gasket rebuild kit, and $4 or $6, $7 for each push rod. So we ordered up 4 push rods. Yeah. Ordered up 4 push rods and the gasket kit, so they'll be here Tuesday.
And we'll have new cups.
Lisa, what are you working on?
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, Lisa.
And that's correct, Bam Bam. It's a polyspherical 318.
Yeah, my chat's saying, oh, it's a Dodge. Definitely check the cam lubes.
Yeah, and the 318s, it's a hydraulic lifter. So in this one, it's not the solids. So that quick little isn't going to do much with the lobes, but not on the poly engine.
Lisa, we can't hear you.
Oh, she's leaving to
and
come
she's
back
going.
in.
Yep.
So, yeah, so we're going to be digging into it.
If you ever saw a man smile holding a bent push rod, that was amazing last night.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's that relief when you're like, oh, it's nothing major.
Yeah, right? So,
yep.
Yeah, it's a bush fix, but I'm confident there's no problems with the heads. There's no problem. I'm confident there's nothing wrong with the cam, excuse me. What I did, I guess it's the poor man way of checking things, is I moved the rocker out of the way. Even with the bent unit in there, I pushed it with my finger into the lifter, and I cranked the engine over, and it's poop, 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 poop. So it still has cam lobe because it's pushing my finger out. It's a short rod now. so it's been shortened. So now new push rods will be good to go. So we're going to
I went
take the
through.
intake. We're going to take the intake manifold off. Whiskey Tango will be coming with brake clean and a valve spring compression tool. And come Tuesday, we should have the intake manifold will be off of it, be all cleaned up, and then take all the spark plugs out, so we can put maybe a bad push rod up into the spark plug hole to hold the valves up, and pull each spring, and then check each one for lacquering. Take all the umbrellas off, and then the way I've done it with the old Fords is I take and I heat it up with a propane torch, and you get that gunky molasses out of the valve guide. It'll start seeping when it gets hot, and then you hit that sucker with some brake clean a few times and just exercise it and get that lacquer out of there. And then we got all in that kit is all new valve stem seal umbrellas. Put it all back together, clean gaskets, all brand new, everything ready to rock and roll, fired up, and off we go.
There you go.
Put comments in here for you. No, we don't want to use duct tape. No way.
Oh, come on. It's rated for 200 mile an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that same relief that you had with the push rod, though. When they got done looking at my truck, we had about 7 or 8 codes, all for DPF issues. And then the mechanic calls Cummins tech, because he's like, yeah, this is a little over my head with all these DPF codes. And the Cummins tech goes, oh, that's just the SCR exhaust sensor. It'll trip all that. So it was that sigh of relief of, oh, it's just a sensor. And then they told me the price of the part, and yeah, that deflated quickly.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that too. You use a little bit of 550 paracord right here, and you just fill the cylinder. You just push all the paracord in there into the cylinder through the spark plug hole, and then you just keep pushing it in there, and you keep pushing it in there, and you fill the cylinder up with the paracord or small rope or something. That way the valve can't fall in. That's another thing. Who's got paracord? Whiskey's got paracord. We need the paracord from whiskey. We can just stuff that into the cylinder. We can just fill the cylinders up with paracord, and then we don't have to worry about sticking anything in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're saying there's also a tool that screws into the spark plug hole, hooks up to air, and it holds the valves closed too. Yeah.
That's called a leak down tool, leak down tester. I have one at home, but of course then you have to have an air compressor, and then what you do is you fill it with air, and it just keeps the valves from dropping in too. But the surefire way is to just fill it with just fill all the holes with 550 paracord, and that way you just leave a little part dangling out of there and just pull it on out.
I knew I should have brought that 400 foot I had in my pickup.
Hope you don't catch a knot somehow.
Yeah, no, that's why it's the paracord, because a knot won't be big enough to stop it coming out of the spark plug hole. But yeah, you just stuff. You don't even have to cut it. You start with one, and you're going to keep going in, and then move it over to the next one, keep tucking it in, and just keep going into the holes. Do one side of the engine first, pull it all out, and go to the next side. But we're gonna pull all the valve springs, and the problem with the paracord is it'll be in the way when we try to clear it, when we try to make sure it's clear. So you could put you could kind of adjust, because you got to be able to cycle that valve up and down. What I do is I'll use a piece of paper and lightly clamp a vice grip onto it so that it won't fall through on me once the spring's off. and then I'll cycle it up and down. You know, you can feel with your fingers, you can feel the molasses, the lacquering going on. And then you just keep cleaning and cycling it, and a little bit more, just a little teeny bit of brake clean working it while it's warmed. You warm it up first so that you expand the metal. And then you keep dropping or drizzling in some brake clean and twisting and cycling that valve up and down to clear that lacquer out of there.
Yeah.
Then you put your new valve stem seal on there, and you put your rocker back or your spring back on there, and put your one of the things about the poly engine, the rockers can push off the side. It's a spring load on the intakes, so you can actually spring them off to the side, and put the push rod in there, have it ready so that it's off the side. When you put the spring back on, you don't have to mess with compressing it.
Yeah. I will say about getting brake clean down in the cylinders, I don't know about the gas motors, but I know when we did the injectors on my truck, we used a little bit of brake clean to kind of just clean up the injector holes. Yeah, diesel sounds mighty funny running on brake clean.
Well, you leave the spark plugs out, and then you cycle the engine for a few cycles without the spark plugs in there, and you blow them out. You blow out the cylinders and make sure that there's no leftover brake clean in the cylinders.
Oh yeah, well we did the injectors. We tried not to get too much in there, but our injectors were wet, or my injectors, they were wet all the way up to the plugs. Went past every single O-ring. So we just used a little brake clean to kind of clean things up a little bit, and as careful as you can be, a little bit always drips down in.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started it up the first time, and man, that sounded funny till it burned off that brake clean.
Quack, 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 quack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's Roger, Coda. But it's not that major of a deal. It's not like I got to take the heads off. Well, I have to take the springs off because there's in 55 years, you can imagine what the valve stem seal umbrellas look like. I don't even think there are any. Oh, thank you.
They have since dissolved, huh?
Yep. I'm sure they are gone. So I'm going to eat while you guys are sitting in here talking too.
No problem. Go for it.
So pizza. Yes.
So yeah, we have a pizza oven with us. So 200 miles grand total for a month's worth of walking. He wanted pizza. So that's what he got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, good homemade pizza is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Thank you, Juniper.
Yeah,
So,
by the time you get out here to the East Coast, I'll have an appetite listening to all the food you guys are eating.
And it's tortilla.
There, Lisa's back.
Still can't hear you, Lisa. She's having the same problem you did.
Sounds like we're having all kinds of restream problems. Chat not working, sound not working.
And she is all the way up, too.
She's 100%. But Lisa, can you hear us? Give us a thumb up if you can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's the settings. The settings had a default in an iPhone microphone. So I had to change it to iPhone microphone.
Yep. Get out of here, you little one. The flies have found my food.
We've been fighting flies all day.
Yeah, where y'all at now?
We're still in Austin.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome, Austin.
Heck yeah. So,
It's not
Yeah.
Austin, Texas.
what?
It's just not Austin, Texas.
No, thank God.
Yeah, I'll answer this quick because this is one of my mods. Yeah, Gypsy, you'll have to email me and let me know how the trip went there. But yeah, I can see you in the other chats.
Yeah, Mudpig can see all the chats, guys. So on the restream. So
Cool. Let me restream it.
Gypsy, I haven't seen you over in my chat for a while. You haven't been watching me or what, man?
Oh, she's been on vacation.
Her.
I don't know if
Oh,
she wants
sorry.
me to. Yeah, I don't know if she wants me to say where she went, but yeah, she's been on a vacation. I gave her some travel tips.
Ah,
nice.
That's what she was talking about, the pink Jeep Tours Rock. Yeah.
well, I remember meeting her. I forget where it was. Sacramento? Not Sacramento. I don't even know if it was Marysville. Oh, Banning, maybe?
Oh.
It may have been Banning.
Yeah, I was gonna say we weren't in Marysville too long. We kind of ran off the first night we landed.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had to go get tires and such.
Yep.
And repair hoses on Big Green.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had some running to do.
I remember that.
Yep, that's when I blew that fuel hose going into Marysville.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the way back we had to chase
Thank
that, or no, the storm was chasing us. We weren't chasing the storm. We had to shoot a window
We
between
had to hit
two
a window.
snowstorms. Yep.
Between two storms going over Donner. Yep. It was like, okay, let's wait. All right, go.
Yeah, because in the morning we weren't even sure if we were leaving. We were talking about, oh, we might have to sit here another day or so. And then it's like, well, wait, we have a gap. Let's go.
Right.
Because I had actually gone into Reno to do shopping, and I was running around town whenever we decided we were leaving.
Yep.
Yep.
It was like, we're getting ready to rock.
Yep.
There's a break in the storms. Well, I was married to Donner for so long. You get to learn to read the patterns. And you know, if somebody spills a snow cone or a slushy on I-80, they turn on the chain law.
Yep.
So,
And then it only takes one person to screw the hill up for everybody, too. So you got to watch the traffic as well.
mm-hmm. Yep.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I was talking earlier about I've been frequenting repair shops all this week, in the shop Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, Monday wasn't so bad. That was the APU, and it's still under warranty. But Wednesday and Thursday were DPF issues on the truck.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yep, I was mad at it for a bit. I was threatening I was going to sell it and everything else. So.
Be careful. You got to be careful saying that in front of your truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It'll get mad at me and get revenge, right?
Catastrophic fucking meltdowns.
They'll be saying, "Let me show you how bad I can really be."
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna sell me? I'm gonna get you first. Yeah. Gotta say
Yeah.
that quietly.
No, I was threatening it. I was in here cursing it. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. So I see GWT in the chat. Is he still sitting there at your house somewhere, or did he finally get up the road?
No, he got up the road and then he called me the other day, like a couple days ago, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he found something, and I guess he came into Stanton." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're in Stanton." He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to find a load out of here," because he texted me some message about how they were trying to get him on the. They wanted him to go from like Stanton to North Dakota for like $3,000 or $3,200 or something like that. I was like, that's insane. That's
Yeah,
insane.
rates are awful.
Horrible. Sorry. Yeah,
Just blame it on the
bad.
sudden earthquake. Yep.
It's sunspots.
Oh yeah, that's it. Sunspots knocked the phone over.
Yeah.
It's windy out here.
Yeah.
So Greg Burns said,
As
Lisa, are you working on a Ford?
You got your pizza before I did.
Are you
No,
underneath a
it's
car?
a Dodge. Yeah, I'm underneath my truck. One of my trucks. I was trying to explain to you when I didn't have sound.
You
It's a
set
little-
the
it's a long-
record. You just set the record for live streaming while beneath the vehicle. Wait a minute.
Who said that?
I'm going to be doing that myself when I get the intake off. Hey, Lisa.
Did you say I just set the record? Huh?
Can I get a mechanical opinion?
What is that?
How do you like? Is this a good looking push rod or not?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I think it's a little warped, you know.
What happened?
Yeah. It's got a little tweak to it.
Oops. Did it push out the block?
I think it's a case of the sticky valve, and the valve didn't return as fast as it should have on the valve float, basically.
Yeah.
And lost two of them. One I can't get out of the engine. I think it's a J. I think it's a J hook hanging underneath there.
Oh man. Jeez. Yeah. What's it on? I heard you saying it was on, and then I couldn't hear it.
The Beechwood.
What's it off of? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What are you gonna do?
Got parts coming in Tuesday.
Fix it.
Yeah.
We're gonna bush fix.
I found that tomato sauce.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
that's the most
we're gonna
fun.
fix it in the bush, not a bush fix.
In the bush, yeah.
In the bush.
In the bush.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna fix
funny.
it in the bush.
That's crazy, man.
The lime in the coconut.
Oh goodness.
No, for everyone's curiosity's sake, this is my 99 Dodge 3/4 ton that's been on blocks for about a year and a half. I tore it apart. I blew a hub after 400,000 miles roughly. I towed it. I took everything. I decided, all right, I'm just going to redo everything. So I took everything apart. I bought all the parts for it to redo the whole thing. And then it just like every time I turned around, I had other things pressing to, do and working and all that. And then, going out I paid a mechanic like almost a year ago just to do it for me. And I guess he paid another guy to do it. And the guy, like, it was always something. And I'm like, man. So this has been like a year and a half of ongoing, like trying to get to it. And I guess I'm like, man, I miss my truck. It started my company. Like I started my company with it, and it's such a good truck. And so you know, it's been sitting out here. So I'm like, all right, well, I have to pull all the differential stuff out. I got to make sure there's no dust or dirt anywhere. I'm going to set all the axles today and make sure it's all enclosed again, and then go from there, I guess. So today the goal is to get everything cleaned out off the differential in the axle shafts and no dirt, no sand anywhere, and then stick the axles in and then go ahead and pop the hubs on, and that's my goal today.
He's in Mayor Lisa's chat.
Oh, that's
Huh?
Lisa.
We looking at the chat. GWT's in your chat.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Y'all sent me the link, and so I'm like, well, I can work and talk at the same time, I suppose. Is that the Dodge used in the convoy they were working on? No, Douglas. No, it's my 3/4 ton. It's a different truck. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 trucks. So, I used to have 7, but I have 4 now. But this is my trusty farm truck.
Those are some of the best trucks, so you don't got to worry about beating them up. You just drive them and do what you need to do
It
with
beat
them.
the shit. You know what I call it? I call it my practice truck because it's a 3/4 ton, and it was when I first started hauling. So it's my practice truck. It's been through some shit.
So that's the
It's
one where you
been,
cut the truck too tight and knocked out the quarter panel and everything, right?
No, well, so I was in Nebraska the first year I was hauling. The first winter I was hauling, or maybe it was the second winter. I think it was the second winter I was hauling. And Kansas-Nebraska border, and it was snowing like 4 inches an hour. And the nearest town was like 30 miles away. And so I just put in 4-wheel drive, and I was creeping along at like 25 miles an hour, and I hit a patch of ice and shit just right. And learned a very valuable lesson to reach down and figure out how to use those trailer brakes more than anything else. And it jackknifed and left me half in the street. And the cops came like 4 hours later. He's like, you're lucky that you're in the middle of the road because now we have to move you, or we would have just left you here. It's like,
Oh,
thanks, man.
goodness.
There was nowhere for me to go. Like, it was like 2 foot of snow on embankments on both sides, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
So Lisa found out that what the advent of a trailer jackknife is.
I learned that I can utilize my trailer brakes a little better when you're starting to like slide and flip all over the place. But you know, I was new to it. So it took out the door, and it's got a little gash, but it didn't smash the freaking back window, thank God. So I got back from being on the road for like 7 days, because I would get back and I'd like turn around and leave, you know, standard DOT. We'll say standard DOT regs, but we all know. And I'm like spray painting. I got this black door because it's a white truck. So I'm like spray painting this door white. And my buddy's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, hey, man, I don't want to draw attention to DOT, like with a white truck and one black door. So I spray painted the door white. And then I got turned around in Minnesota at a point, and the GPS wanted to take me some crazy way. And I'm like, no. So I tried really hard to flip around. Well, that was when I first learned that, you know, you got to watch them embankments, man. I smashed the top of my bed, so it's got a crunch in it and stuff. And yeah, this is my practice truck.
Oh, my.
Now I don't have any problems like that. I mean, I'm like, you know, I look over, because I'm out in the oil fields too. So, you know, you just don't get hasty in the oil fields, because bad shit happens and there's no one to get you out of it for hours, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm an expert now, but yeah, it was my practice truck.
Yeah, we've all done that. I mean, when I first started trucking, I deflated all the trailer tires on one side of the trailer on a curb.
The motherfuckers do that out here all the time too. They'll go to flip and they'll just take out like the 2 4-trailer tires at a time, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I cut it a little too
Yeah,
tight, hit one of them big high curbs, and just was enough to pop all the tires off the
Oh,
bead. Didn't do a lot of damage
Oh,
to the
man.
tires or the rim or nothing, but it left the air out of them.
Yeah. So yeah, that's. But you know, it's been a good truck. I learned how to work on a diesel with this truck because I'd be out in the middle of nowhere and something would happen, and I just have to learn how to work on it, you know. And so it earned its name. It's got a name. Not all my trucks have names. This one has a name. It saved me quite a few times. So it just, you know, I wanted to rebuild the front end, and I meant to do it faster than it got happen. So now I just need to finish it and get it done. But do it right.
So when you say rebuild the front end, is that doing the classic swimming that a lot of those heavy trucks have? Because I had a Dodge where you could turn the wheel pretty much almost an eighth of a turn and it wouldn't react until you turned it further. Like, it had that big dead spot in it.
No, see the funny, like, I take really good care of my vehicles. So like I redo them like anytime they need something, but it's just when the hub blew, I mean, I had half the front end, like I had new tie rod ends in on it and stuff like that. So like every 6 months I go in and I get all my trucks realigned, and then I redo all the stuff that needs to be done on them out here, you know. So it wasn't too bad. So I didn't have to replace all the tie rod ends and stuff. But, you know, the gearbox was leaking. Haven't replaced the gearbox. It was original. So then you got to pull the pitman arm. So then when you do it, you might as well replace the pitman arm anyway. And then a couple of other things on it. And then I redid the U-joints and the axle shafts, because they had 400,000 miles on them, and I had to pull them anyway to do the hub because the hub blew. So if you do one side, you might as well do the other side for 400,000. So it's just been a process. And then the upper and lower control arms, I mean, the bushings just wear out on those after a while. So I learned a lesson that you can buy the bushings for the control arms, but they are a bitch and a half to try to replace, and it's just like barely any extra to just buy the control arms without having to deal with replacing the bushings. I think it's like a $20 difference. So buyer beware, don't buy the bushings, just buy the control arms.
Yep, just buy the whole thing and be done.
Be done, yeah. Because by the time you spend all that time messing with it, fighting with it, it's like, it's just not worth it, man. So, but yeah, I gotta get this all enclosed and sealed up before I give it up tonight. Because I don't want to start all over tomorrow because the wind's already blowing, so sand goes everywhere. And
It's all right.
my
Got to
front
multitask.
diff looks perfect. Look how nice this 400,000 mile diff looks. Do you see it?
That is nice.
Yeah, there's not anywhere. It is
Hey,
nice.
Lisa,
What?
I thought you said you were working on a hub.
That's what started it.
That's not a hub, Lisa.
I said it
Yeah,
was a front diff. Did I not?
I didn't hear that part. I heard the hub.
Oh, the hub broke. That's what started it, was the hub. But this is a front differential, and I was just showing it. I said, look how nice this front differential is after 400,000 miles.
Yeah,
There's not a
there you
single
go.
tip on it anywhere.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people forget to do too, is change your diff oil. That goes for semis and everything.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, and I always put a heavier grade in mine because I use it for a lot heavier stuff. So I put It's a little thicker viscosity. It lasts long. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
How's it
Well,
going?
I'm sitting down in Brownwood waiting to pick up a load for tomorrow.
Oh, are you still fucking waiting to get out of here?
Well, at least I got a load going. I got a load going to North Dakota for $6,200.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're saying. Good. Well, y'all, in like 10 days, I'm going to have my broker authority. Woo!
We'll have to
Getting
get
ready
you,
to diversify.
get you approved over at TBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with
I
that.
sent everything.
TBS refused to do my brokerage. Said I had to have a year in the brokers first.
Oh goodness.
Well, did you have your motor carry authority?
Yeah, I've had my motor carrier authority. Grey Wolf has been around for a while, and then I had Patriot Logistics that I had, and Patriot Logistics, I had that as a broker authority, and TBS basically said, "Nah, you're not old enough," and that was when I was like 7 months old. Nah, we'll try it again in about a year, when you hit a year.
Yeah.
Well, one of those, one of them just went under.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. No, it was a factoring company, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a factoring company here in Texas, I think it was. Two brothers getting in a legal battle or dispute.
Yeah, the whole factoring company went under, and a whole bunch of trucking companies are now out money and waiting on money. It's a heck of a mess.
Damn. That's crazy. You.
Did I just hear Lisa go, ew?
Yeah.
You. You.
Found something gross.
Yeah,
There's a maggot living in one of my vocal holes.
A maggot? Oh goodness.
a larvae. Probably some kind of a beetle or something.
I don't give a shit what it was. It was disgusting.
Oh goodness. Oh, he's just looking for
99 dogs and work on the mechanical stuff and do all that, get all that grease and oil, but she can't handle a beetle larvae.
Yeah, he's just looking for a free ride, that's all.
Yeah. It's still like all jammed up in there. Hey man, I gotta be a girl sometime. You know what else I don't handle? Snakes and cockroaches. No.
That you wouldn't be able to handle the big ones we have here right now.
Yeah.
Cockroaches or snakes?
Well, they're called Mormon crickets, not cockroaches.
Mormon cricket?
Yeah, they look like a regular cricket, except they're about that long.
They're big.
Yeah.
Now I gotta look this up.
And about that tall.
Pig thinks you're lying right now.
Oh, holy cow. I just Googled it quick. And one of the first pictures is someone holding one in their hand, and it literally goes across all 4 fingers in their hand. Like they just have it cupped there.
And they're on migration, so we've seen like a couple of thousand of them around here.
Yeah. I just sent you a photograph of one, Lisa.
Okay.
Oh, that was one that attended. We had several hundred participants at my rally.
We did.
Yeah. A Mormon cricket.
Nah, we're good.
They're all crawling around. They're all hopping around.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like horribly afraid of bugs and stuff. There's certain things that I'm like, no, dude. And
Well, when you see one of them get hit by a car, and then you find another one comes over and goes, "Ooh, yummy dinner."
Oh
Yeah.
goodness. They start
Crazy.
eating each other.
Oh God. Yeah. That's good for what ails you.
So
well,
should've
you
seen
know, they're
Whiskey-
probably
you
gonna
should've
start
seen
raising
Whiskey
them for us
Tango.
to eat.
Whiskey Tango was going up to it and looking at it, and it kept turning at him like, "Come on, buddy. You ready to rumble?"
so
Don't some of
you're
them crickets spit too? I think someone told me that some of them larger crickets will spit at you.
I'm not sure what
Really?
they'll do, but I bet you I've crossed over 1 million of them. Ooh, thank you. Yummy,
Jeez.
yummy.
Juniper.
Well, you know, they're trying to get us to eat them now, so you know that, right? They built like the largest cricket
Oh yeah,
farm
grinding
on
them
the
up
East
into flour and everything else. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody held up a bag of like cheesy puffs or something, and on the back it said like crickets.
Well, I heard they're
Jonathan
going to try
Cricket.
cockroach milk is much better for you than cow's milk.
Oh goodness. The question is now how do
Did
you
you-
milk a cockroach? I mean, you're gonna need a pair of tweezers or something. You know, it's gonna be difficult.
Same way you milk an almond, I guess.
Yeah, true.
That's crazy. All right, man. What's going on here?
You know how you milk an almond, right? You gotta sit there and go like this.
Your camera's off, Lisa. I think she is. So your RV's broke down there, Grey Wolf?
It's broke at the moment. Parts are coming.
Yeah, that was the other problem I had with my truck. Trying to find that sensor. We called every shop in the area and found one. Yeah, Cummins didn't have it. Pete didn't have it. We actually found it at a Kenworth dealership for that depth sensor.
What are you doing? You
Who,
can't
me?
have this. This is mine. Mm-mm.
Talking to dog.
You see the ears? This.
We have an Abby.
It's Abby Cam.
Yeah, you need to get a GoPro and put it on her and let her run around, and that could be a little like break for you on your live. Put the Abby cam on.
Yeah, I
There you
thought
go.
Lizzie was gonna do that with his dog. That's pretty cool.
I think he did actually. Yeah.
Did he finally? Yeah. That's cool. His
He
dog
did.
can eat.
Yep.
That's
Tucker
cool.
went running around the parking lot with his GoPro on.
Should we get Snackle?
Ah,
Come on, let's get Snackle.
Yeah.
it's
Let's
hilarious.
get Snackle. Come on, let's get Snackle. Come on.
Yeah, I have a GoPro in the truck with me. Actually, I was thinking about strapping it onto the bumper someday and putting people right down on the road. It's like, here you go, have the bumper cam.
Oh no. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I just don't know how Wizzy does his multicam stuff. You know.
He uses an OBS in a cloud server.
That'd be an expensive cloud server because you'd have to have a GPU on it to do the encoding.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, if Blinky was in here, we'd really be in trouble right now.
Yeah.
Don't talk tech when Blinky's in the room.
Yeah, don't start talking tech. You know, we'll put everyone to sleep.
Right?
Boom.
Yeah, like we were talking before the stream started, different stream standards and everything, which one's best for live streaming and all that. Yeah, real quick though, the reason I was looking at SRT like we were talking about earlier is it supports 265 instead of 264, so it's more compressed.
H265.
Yep. But yet again, you got to re-encode it to go to YouTube, so you need a server or a home PC or something to do the
Yeah, it goes
re-encoding.
from 265 to 264 protocol.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
stream.
Thank you.
He's upset.
What?
Who is that off of my stream?
What?
Somebody's crunching something.
Yeah. What's... Oh, I have someone asking the cell booster I use. It's just to drive XOTR. Same one you can get at every truck stop. It's actually the same one you see on a lot of the oil field trucks. It's a little beer can on a stick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you gotta fix your vehicle and you're waiting on parts and what
Yep.
else? Okay.
They'll be here Tuesday.
Alright. Cool.
Hey, GWT.
No, I saw it a while ago.
Yeah.
How you gonna get the other one out? You said you got another one stuck in there, shaped like a J.
Yeah, but I got to take the intake manifold off to get it out.
Not good. Are you gonna replace them all?
No. No, we're just going to replace the ones that are broken with have a couple spares. But we got to fix the reason why it happened.
Yeah, because
Which
if
I
you don't
do.
fix...
Which
Go
I
ahead.
do believe we know what caused it. We just have to find it, and fix it.
Yep. Yeah, because if you don't fix the reason it happened, it's just going to keep happening. Then you're just
Right.
wasting
Yeah.
parts.
Yep.
Alright, y'all. I'm gonna keep working on this. And
Did you move your maggot?
yeah, it's done. I got brake cleaner in my eyes, but you know, it's the maggot's gone. That's the important part.
Well, you know, they say feeling the burn's good. Oh, wait, no, that's when you're exercising. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blind, but the maggot's gone.
Yeah, the maggot's gone. And I'm blind, yeah.
Now we're using the brake cleaner as a flamethrower to remove the maggot? Is that how you got it in your eyes?
No, just a pressurized, you know, put brake cleaner in the hole and squirt it kind of thing. Yeah, we don't do flamethrowers in here, man. I mean, I like pyrotechnics, but it's pretty damn dry out here, so I don't need like crazy woman sets Midland, Texas on fire. I don't need to be like that lady in O'Hare in fucking Chicago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we were talking about the
Sorry.
other week, O'Leary's
cow-
cow,
the-
and no one
the cow-
got that
O'Leary,
reference
yeah.
hardly. Yeah.
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 Yeah, O'Leary, yeah. We don't need that. So
Yeah, we don't need no cows knocking over the milk pail and having a candle go over it.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, you could always get a pet iguana or something. You know, that'd take care of the bugs for you.
I'm working on my chickens. I'd like to get some more chickens.
Oh, chickens eat bugs too. There you go. Just let them in the garage.
Yeah.
They'll clean the bugs out.
Man, I had these really cool chickens. They come up on the porch and they would like knock on the window, and I throw them bird seed and stuff. And then when they saw me coming outside, they just come running up. Bark, bark. You know, they're just little chickens. I love them. They got eaten. Unfortunately. I didn't eat them. The coyotes got them. I was gonna get more chickens. They keep the ticks and stuff now. Anyway. All right, y'all.
Hey, Mr. T, could you bring me a water, please? While you're in there?
Well, it's good to see you guys.
Mm.
I can't see what you said. Toll worker trapped after rig knocks over booth. Well, you know, it happens.
It looks like a mess too.
Holy cow!
Where was that
How'd they manage that?
at? Was it a Swift driver?
A Swift driver.
Ottawa County, West Virginia. Looks like it
Oh, West Virginia.
might have been an oversized load.
I tried to put it through the little hole instead of going all the way to the right.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Looks like it was an oversized.
The worst thing is it was probably a dude, and he should know better.
Well, I'll tell you, those toll plazas on the West Virginia tollway they're pretty skinny.
Yeah, I think you're only 9 feet, right?
Oh yeah, they're tight. They're very tight. I run out that way a good bit.
Yeah, you're sitting there wondering if you're going to be able to squeeze through that. You watch the guy in front of you, and he was missing the post by like that much.
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to be taking out that narrow one here in right there in Oklahoma, right there on I-44. They put up some new like scanner things across the highway right after. Right after it looks like they're about to do some work on that, so maybe they're going to open that up to where you don't have those booths go through there.
Yeah,
They're on I-44. You know, right after Texas. Burkburnett.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Switch it over to the highway speed tolling like some places have.
Yeah. That little narrow thing going through there.
Hey, Lisa,
Yeah.
someone wants to ask, do you know what the backlash is on your opinion
I see
and
it.
ring?
How the backlash is on that ring and pinion. All right. Educate me. I've never heard that before. What's that mean?
Well, you got your pinion gear
Yeah.
that marries up to your ring gear,
Yeah.
and basically you need to know how deep the two gears are to each other, or the lashing of the gearing, to ensure that you're not overlashed, meaning you got to put a spacer in the pinion, or you're underlashed, at which point you got to take a spacer out of the pinion.
Well,
so
I
that
didn't
you're
even take it out.
properly lashed.
Yeah. I didn't take it out, so I have no idea. And it's not coming out. So I'm just trying to clean it really good.
Yeah.
But I showed a picture of it, and there's not a single crack or nick or anything on it. So, I mean, it looked really nice, huh, Mud Pig?
Yeah, you can
Oh, yeah.
rub your fingernail along the whole face of it and make sure you don't grab anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's really nice. I need to make sure it gets really cleaned out and stuff. And then go ahead and finish putting it all back together. I mean, 400,000 miles, it looks like that. I'm not worried. So, while she's in there.
It's the front diff, so it's only in 4-wheel drive. We would use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but it's constantly turning because it has that front drive shaft.
Yeah.
It's not a free spin. So,
So you've got your hubs are locked full time?
yeah, they are. Yeah, they're constantly locked because it's Dodge makes it so that it's not a free spin. It's constantly moving the front drive shaft. That's a Dodge. It's not like a fork that way. So it's always moving. The drive shaft's always moving as you go. And in fact, if you spend the money and get a free spin for it, then you'll save a whole bunch. Like you'll save fuel and all kinds of stuff because then it's not moving anymore. But yeah, Dodge is always moving. So.
Yeah, I know some people actually remove the drive shaft and just call it a day and convert it to two-wheel pretty much.
Yeah, no. Like, I mean, as soon as I do that, I probably end up in like the stickiest fucking situation ever. So, but eventually I wanted to convert it to a free spin. Like, I want to do my 06 that way and put a free spin on it. But this one gets like I have a tune on it for super tip, so I tune it into economy, and then it's got cold air intake on top of that, and so it'll get like 23 to 24 miles per gallon.
Yeah,
It does
my
pretty
truck
well.
was the exact opposite. I had the Edge tuner in mind, and I had the off-road specs all unlocked, and I just kept it in off-road mode.
Oh
And
yeah.
she would move,
Oh man.
but yeah, she'd use the fuel to move. We'll put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you
Well,
have
the
a
06 has
You're
the
a
edge.
star.
that's when you have a race between the speedometer and the fuel gauge to see
Yeah.
which one can get to its destination first.
Well, yeah, that was when I was younger and dumber, but that truck was actually one of the fastest red light to red light vehicles in my area, including all the little tuner cars and stuff. Yeah, you lock that into four-wheel drive and just go. Leave them in a cloud of black smoke as you go.
Yeah, there's no play in it whatsoever. So I was gonna pull the whole diff out, and then I was like struggling with it. It's 106 degrees out here anyway. So then I was contemplating it when I was going to get some parts, and I was like, well, I'll just get dry ice and freeze it, and it'll shrink the metal, and I can pull it out. And I thought, no, I'll just leave it alone because if I make it more complicated, because I wanted to do the seals on it, but I looked at the seals on the passenger side and they look perfect. So, it's already a complicated thing to start. So I'm like, no, I'll just leave the diff in. My luck is I'll get it out and I'll never be able
This
to
is
get it
she's
back
doing a
in,
live right now, so she can't talk. She's producing a live. I'm done. Thank you. Okay,
Yep.
I have to go get me a agua.
Agua.
All right. Well, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
Night, Lisa.
Good night.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. You got it?
I need a toothpick.
We'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.
Here comes the wind again.
Hey, and we got a
So how's the Starlink been working out? Y'all been using it?
We're on it right now.
How's your speeds been?
Between 65 and 128.
Yeah, it's about what I was seeing on my Starlink too.
It's sitting on top of Beachy right now.
Yeah, I put
Yeah,
my
Mac.
mount. I put my mount up where my satellite dish used to be. I don't have it on right now because of my cell service. I'm getting like freaking 60 to 100 on it right now.
What did I say? I said between 60 and 128. What'd she do? She hold it up.
Can't see it. It's
62.
backwards 62.
Yep.
It's backwards.
Well, that's because it's not set for mirror.
Yeah. Been
Yeah, I
running
can't
pretty
show
good.
you my Starlink. I'm parked under a tree right now, so my Starlink isn't working. I'm enjoying the shade.
Well, we're back under a tree, but Starlink is out away from the tree.
Yeah, I'm here rummaging around in the front of my truck trying to find a drink myself. Gotta love wireless headsets.
Right? Not even close.
So we're staying at the little Allsups here. Went in there earlier because somebody was
Fly
talking
one in
about
my
bacon
ear again. Damn it!
yesterday
What
on
the hell is
my stream. So I had to get some bacon, make some DLTs.
Nice.
Got the hot plate out, set it outside the truck, and did a little cooking earlier. It was hot though.
this? So it'll be pretty cool. Get those parts in. Get Beachy back behind me.
Night, Mama.
You see my new one, Gray Wolf?
Yeah.
Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
It's got a snout.
Yep.
All my dogs have had flat noses for the last 20 years.
Well, she just needed a home, so we gave her one.
That's good. It's cooling down. We've had lots of sonic booms over the last week.
Really?
Yep.
Sonic booms?
Yeah. Yep.
From planes flying over, or
Yeah.
Hmm.
And some weird stuff happening in the skies on the way here.
Some weird things, huh?
Oh, yeah, very, very weird. 4 witnesses watching one craft that just goes, beep, gone.
oh, that kind of weird. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of weird.
Every time somebody drives by, they wonder what we're doing.
Yeah, you like that kind of weird. There's actually a documentary on Netflix of that ranch. That what was it called? The Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
Right.
They put a bunch of cameras up and stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
I
watched a lot. I watched the seasons on that. That's up in the Uinta Basin in Utah, and I'll be going right through there.
Oh, there you go. You'll have to keep the camera pointed up while you're in that area. See if you can catch something.
Well, we didn't have to wait till the Uinta Basin for that. We had plenty of showing going on last week, right over in the valley next door here. We were out of cell phone range. Or, well, let me just put it this way. Cell phones weren't working
So
where we were parked. And what a show. They worked the next morning, but they didn't work then.
Yeah, that seemed to be the general consensus on that ranch show on Netflix too, the Skinwalker Ranch show, is that the batteries would drain. There'd be all kinds of weird radio interference, and yeah.
Yeah, I went out on the satellite phone, and it took me like 20 minutes to finally get a satellite signal, and so I could text my mods and let them know that I was okay. That was before Texas showed up.
Day before.
The day before, actually. But
Let them know you didn't get beamed up, right?
Mr. T and me and Whiskey Tango and his wife were out there just looking, and then all of a sudden Mr. T says, "What the hell is that?" and
then it disappeared.
We're all looking up at it, and it's got a little bit of a contrail, and then boop, And I looked at Mr. T and said, tell me that didn't just disappear. And he goes, and Whiskey Tango's going,
Well, everyone's interested in what you're up to, huh?
yeah. So Whiskey Tango and his wife were going, they're looking at each other going, that thing just disappeared on us. And then all of a sudden there were 3 of them. And then we're watching them and then beep, 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 they're gone. We go back over here and there's 2 more. And it's like, and the contrails, it was so brilliant. You'd have your regular kind of contrail. It's only like 10,000 feet up. And the contrails are moving along, and then all of a sudden you get this super bright off, and then gone. I got pictures of it all.
We got one that, remember the one that y'all saw, Texas Girl, Juniper
Yes.
Cott? The freaking, we got it on video. We were sitting in York, Nebraska, and there was tornado sirens going off. There was a cloud coming across in front of us, and this thing popped up. This light appeared in the sky, looked like an angel when you kind of zoomed in on it, and literally the cloud came right across, and it went behind the cloud. Then it reappeared on the other side of the cloud, and looked like they were calling it a Death Star. It was like making all these flashing and everything else, just an orb. And
Yeah,
had like-
that's what we saw. We were watching it. The orb would go super bright white, and it would hover. And then another one would come in, and it would have a contrail, but it looked like it was on purpose. And then when the 2 of them got together, blip, blip, they're both gone. And we're sitting there watching them, and it was, 45 minutes?
Oh, at least.
At least 45 minutes that we were sitting outside and watching them. I bet you I got 2-3 dozen pictures with my 600 millimeter lens.
Zoomed
I
in
just
real
want-
nice on them, huh?
I was shooting pictures. They're up on my Discord. Well, they're up on a Discord that we use. But we got some serious pictures of the contrail, and then the bright white, and then ahead of the contrail, just this little orb.
Mhm.
Pretty cool stuff. I guess Texas is going to bring one up.
No, I was trying to get the one that I have
go
from
outside at night now without looking at the sky.
GWT.
Yeah. Well, let's see if I can bring it up here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
See if I can find the best one here. Those are in the truck. Yeah, they're in the library. Let me go back and see. Just the most brilliant thing you'd ever see.
Oh, trying to get bed up again.
The last 3 images that I took were the best, I think. Four, 5. The last 5 images were the best. I'm trying to one that's the best of the 5.
That was me last night. Shot goes, you going to bed already? So I'm just going to go in and lay down and relax tomorrow. Look at Facebook or whatever. I was out.
There's one. So if you look, where are you? Right about there, you can see the. Whoa! Come
Ooh.
back, you. Get back over here. Whoa! Damn wind.
They don't want you showing the pictures. That's what it is.
Wow.
What are you trying
That
to
one
do?
you
I
actually
might
see.
go.
Look at that. Look at that. I never noticed that.
Looks like a
You can
triangle.
actually see it's a freaking triangle. It's a triangle shaped craft. Well, that's freaking bizarre. I never noticed that. Look. Look at that.
Mhm.
It's a triangle. Voila! I got it on camera, man. I guess, yeah, that's fine. Who's playing music?
I'm pretty sure you can help me with.
Somebody's playing music.
Tom might be looking at something.
Oh, I clicked on something. I was going to show the one we were talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's me playing music.
See the front of the. Now you can see it right there, but yeah, that's blown up. And that's the shot. That's one of the shots. There's like 30 of them. We watched that stuff for probably close to an hour.
Texas.
Oh, are they gonna get to see all the pictures we've taken?
Hey, Texas girl. I share a screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this was in York, Nebraska. We were inside the truck, so I'm going to zoom on over. Oh, there it is. Now, if y'all watch over here at the right part of the screen, you see that show up right there? Right here? That just shows up, and it literally disappears into the cloud.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Well, that's very similar to what we were watching.
And then as the cloud comes by, I'll go ahead and speed up here. It shows up over here on that same, right about the same area. It just appears. And then this is where all the alarms was going off and everything else. And
It wouldn't have anything to do with that tornado that's right behind the truck, is it?
well, that's what I'm talking about. So it's kind of weird. It's like it was fighting the tornado or the cloud.
Isn't there a tornado behind the truck?
There's something coming down there, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it looks like it.
You kind of caught the tornado sitting right to the right side of the truck there.
Well, I don't think it ever came to the ground. Is the whole thing.
It looks like it's pretty close. What do you think, Mud Pig?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, it's definitely dangling down there from the cloud a good ways.
Oh yeah, it is.
Juniper and I were on with him when that happened.
But they kept telling me it was a Death Star.
Oh, you know what that is? That's
Oh,
the
same
back.
here. Finally
The
went
back.
There it
rack
is. Y'all
in the
see it up
trailer.
there in the corner?
Yeah,
Now watch it. It'll start flashing out of it, like out of the bottom.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden my camera stops. It like shoots something out of it, and literally my camera goes dead.
Well, I was using my digital SLR, and I had my old Minolta 600 millimeter lens on it, so I was manually focusing. So I was just trying to focus, snap, 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 snap. Caught some pretty good pictures, even though I was rushing to try and get the best focus I could. But we got what? Well, I guess there's probably 25, 30 pictures of it, of the different ones. They're not all the same ones, but they were all over the darn place.
Well, they'd be north of us, and then 30 seconds later, they'd be south of us.
Yeah, there'd be 3 of them just to our north, And then 30 seconds later, there's 2 of them to our south after the 3 in the north disappear. And then that it's really weird because they'd come in and then they'd angle up and then gone and no noise. Totally quiet.
That is intriguing.
And they were only about, 10 or 15K off the deck.
Oh yeah.
Because in one of my shots, I actually have them right above the ridge line of the mountain, and we were in a little valley, and they were literally right above the ridge line of the mountain. It was only about 20 degrees up tilt. So that was when we were at the ruins. Yes.
Yep.
We were at the Pony Express, or not the Pony Express, the Overland Stage ruins. And it was impressive, I'll give you that.
Well, the night that happened, I was just coming up north on the highway there and went through some hail and everything else, and everybody that was in my chat was freaking out, like you're headed towards bad weather. You're headed towards bad weather. You need to get out of there. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. I got angels in the sky. And then that thing there appears in the sky. And no tornado touched down there, but it was actually wound up being south where I went through the hail.
Yeah. Well, as things go along, what we're going to do to answer Brenda's question is we're going to put together a tab on the Grey Wolf Walk website that's going to be photos. And we're just going to have a photo album out there.
So good, high quality photos out there.
Yeah. And make them so that when you click on them, they take you to the full screen. And those pictures are high definition digital SLR. They're 4,000, they're 4K. So 4,000 by 4,000 pixel. First thing that one of the mods did was put it over into a software and blow it up, and you could literally see the pixels were all perfect squares. There wasn't any. So, yeah, I didn't fudge it.
Got some good shots today, though.
Texas got some good shots with that camera today. If you go over and look at the blog tonight, you actually see the one with the flag and then me in the background. That's done on that camera. It's finally cooling off.
Sherry wants to know if the sky will.
I don't know if they can see it, but I'll show it. And then I'll post the blog. There's the shot.
That is pretty cool. Flag blown in the wind.
Yep. That was the shot of the day.
Yep.
That one is going under the summit, right?
Going under the summit sign.
Yep.
Yeah, because I got to the summit just past the weather station. 11.4 miles today. Almost all of it uphill.
Ooh.
And the last 3 or 4 miles was like like this. It was
Yeah,
it was rough. It was tough.
That'll wear you out quick.
Yeah, I had to kind of concentrate on shortening my steps. I noticed myself getting winded. So I kept the same cadence and just went shorter steps. Took a little longer to get to the top, but at least I wasn't running out of air.
Yeah, can't do too much if you run out of air, that's for sure.
Yeah. 6,500 foot of altitude by the time I got to the summit. Even though the summit I hit the other day back here was 7,200. But it was down and then back up. Going in between these mountains.
Oh, right.
What are you shaking your phone for?
Because I'm about ready to throw it. Because it's all crooked.
It's all crooked.
It is.
Yeah.
It could be bad. I did that twice.
Patience. Battle. Patience.
I don't have patience today. Thank you, Collier. I'll take care of it later.
Yeah, Brenda, I got lots of pictures of those ruins.
Damn stud. I think Nelson tried to shower out more.
Yes, Sherry, the weird part of it wasn't a glow that would light up because it wasn't dark, but the contrail was white, and then it would go super bright white with a kind of a puff or a ring, and then the vessel, the craft, would get in front of the contrail. It would glow, and then just gone.
That is interesting.
It was very interesting. And we were all looking at each other with our jaws dropped, going, "Holy crap! What did we just watch?"
Yeah, it's one of those. Did you see that? You see
That's
that?
exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said to Mr. T. I looked at him. I went, "Did you see that?"
You just had to confirm that you weren't going crazy or something, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, we all thought
We were crazy there. We all asked each other. Now, please tell me everyone else just saw that thing go blip and go, just disappear. The ambulance.
Pizza was amazing.
Yes, that was good. Very good.
Well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and close her down. Mudpig, GWT, Grey Wolf, hang out for a few minutes.
I'm getting ready to.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the same way. Like I said, I gotta be up at 4 in the morning.
All right, well,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and shut her down. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you on the next time. Peace.
All right. Yep. Thank you all for being here.
Hang out just a minute.